sitting with something lately. Sometimes the seasons that change us the most are the ones we never planned for. And there was a season in my life where I had to slow down. Not because I wanted to, but because my body asked me to. And that kind of slowing down feels different. It's not chosen. It's not planned. It's not convenient. It interrupts. On the outside, things might have looked normal, but internally, I knew I didn't have the same energy, the same rhythm, the same capacity, and that realization was hard. Because I'm someone who likes to keep moving. I like being capable. I like feeling strong. And suddenly, I had to confront limits I didn't expect. Health has a quiet way of humbling you. It forces you to listen, even when you'd rather push through, even when you'd rather ignore the signs, even when you tell yourself, I'll rest later. Later eventually becomes now, and that was uncomfortable for me. There were days I felt frustrated, not dramatic frustration, just quiet disappointment. Plans had to shift. Timelines had to stretch. Energy had to be rationed. And no one really talks about how emotionally heavy that can feel. When your body slows down, your mind doesn't always slow with it. You still have ideas. You still have dreams. But your pace changes. At first, I resisted it. I thought if I just tried harder, pushed more, stayed disciplined enough, I could outwork the slowing. But health doesn't negotiate that way. It teaches you boundaries whether you like them or not. That season exposed something in me. I had tied my identity to productivity, to strength, to capability, and when my capacity shifted, I felt unsettled. Who am I when I can't do everything I used to? Who am I when I need rest? Who am I when I'm not operating at full speed? Those were uncomfortable questions. But in the stillness, something softened. I began noticing small things more. Morning light, quiet breathing, slower conversations, moments I would have rushed past before. And I realized something important. Slowing down didn't make me weaker. It made me more aware. It taught me that rest isn't laziness, that listening to your body isn't failure, that honoring your limits isn't giving up. It's wisdom. And wisdom doesn't always come through success. Sometimes it comes through surrender. There's a kind of strength that looks loud, and there's a kind that looks quiet. This season introduced me to the quiet kind, the kind that says, I will move differently now. I will pace myself. I will protect my energy. I will respect my body. And that shift felt empowering. It also taught me empathy. When you've been slowed down, you understand other people's invisible battles differently. You stop assuming everyone has the same capacity. You become gentler, less judgmental, more patient. I won't pretend it was easy. There were moments I wished I could just go back to full speed, moments where I felt behind, moments where I missed the old version of myself. But growth sometimes looks like grieving who you were, while becoming who you need to be now. That quiet season changed me, not by making me smaller, but by making me steadier, more intentional, more present, more aligned with what actually matters. This channel, honestly, was born out of that slower pace, out of realizing that life doesn't always need to be rushed to be meaningful. That quiet doesn't mean empty. That slowing down can produce clarity. If you're in a season where your body or your health is asking you to slow down, I want to say something gently. You are not weak. You are not falling behind. You are not less valuable because your capacity has changed. You are adapting, and adaptation is strength. Sometimes the quiet season isn't about comparison. It's about preservation, and preservation is powerful.